Susan is a sausage. She's a singer in a packet of 6. She's pink and she's porky, and she'll take you to a barbie just for kicks. Susan is a sausage with her hair tied in a bun. She's groovy, is our Susie, and she dances on the table just for fun. Sausages can sing, they can sing anything. They can sing on their own, they can sing in a string. Sausages can sing, they can sing anything. They can sing on their own, they can sing in a string. Susan is a sausage. She's a singer in the sausage roll band. With tomato sauce, of course. When she's at the beach, she likes to roll in the sand. Sausages can sing, they can sing anything. They can sing on their own, they can sing in a string. Sausages can sing, they can sing anything. They can sing on their own, or they can sing in a string. Sausages can sing, they can sing anything. They can sing on their own, they can sing in a string. Timothy the telephone never liked to be alone. Sometimes when the phone would ring, he would sit and listen in. He listened into conversations, who was having operations, who was fat and who was thin. He even knew which horse would win. One day close to Christmas time, Santa Claus came on the line.
Put me through to young Belinda. I think she lives in Cootamundra.
Timothy was so excited, Belinda would be just delighted. Fancy Santa ringing her about a present, that's for sure. I'll put you through, sir, right away. But I think that I will stay and find out what she wants this year. Yes, I think I'll stay right here. Shh.
G'day, Belinda. Santa here. Christmas time is getting near, and so I thought I'd telephone just in case you were at home.
Ooh, this was good. This was great. He's going to ask her. I can't wait. Timothy kept very still. I'll hear a secret. Yes, I will. When suddenly the phone went dead. He couldn't hear a word they said. He tried to dial. He tried to ring. Timothy tried everything. It must be Santa's magic spell. I'm so cross I think I'll yell. Oh, you can laugh and you can scoff, but I'm so mad I'll cut them off.
And he did.
The Murrimbidgee Monster was a mean man. He had a green face and hairy feet. He chewed up empty baked bean cans on the back lawn with his big teeth. And then one day, a dog called Blue met the Monster Man. He said,
"How do you do?"
The man said,
"What are you doing here? You better scram quick before I chew your ear."
Blue looked around and he sat down by the big pile of baked bean cans. He said,
You eat the cans and I eat the beans, and we'll live in style and be a baked bean team. "You've got a deal,"
said the Murrimbidgee Man.
"I hate the beans, I only eat the cans,"
said Blue, and they shook hands. In my cupboard are secret things, magic marbles and golden rings.
10 terrific tigers, tangled in a tea towel.
9 naked nephews, noisy in November.
8 emu eggs exploding in your eyes.
7 strands of spaghetti stuck to a sailor. It's dark inside, but it doesn't scare me. When I'm inside, I'm as happy as can be.
6 Swiss survivors sitting on a seesaw. Yeah, up, down, up, down, up, down.
5 fainting falcons freezing on a Friday.
4 furtive foxes fighting for their freedom.
3 thirsty thieves
I'm thirsty.
thinking in the thistles.
Oh, my brain hurts.
Now I think we're nearly there. But don't forget my dancing bear.
2 tiny tambourines teasing a tornado. Ooh.
1 oozing octopus occupies the ocean. If you look, that's what you'll see. And right at the back, you'll see me. Rana was a sultana. She liked to sit in the sun. She always humming to get us strumming. When all the work is done, one day she worked too hard and she is very tired. She fall asleep on the sand. She dream of Mr. Right at the party tonight, dancing to the rhythm of the band. The sun beat down, it was burning hot. She was sizzling brown, she was shriveling up. Oh no! Quickly, someone, before it's too late, get her out of the sun before she sticks to the plate. Isabella, under umbrella, going for a walk on the beach, with the sunscreen on for her complexion, looking like a perfect peach. Oh goodness, Rana, silly sultana, look at all the sunburned skin. Without a doubt, you have dried out, and now you're looking like a raisin. We have to swell you up, so get under the hose and drink this cup of water. Oh, who knows? If you float for a while, you blow up in style. Oh, I think you'll be all right for the party tonight.
I'm Pineapple Pete with the dancing feet. I asked Rana to rumba. It was a fruity affair, and everyone was there until someone switched on the blender.
Boy, oh boy, I like to ride my bike. Now I've graduated from a trike. My brother is a goon, he looks like a baboon, but he has one thing that I would like. A big red balloon following is better than any other thing. It looks so lovely when it floats above me, tied to my arm on a string. So now I have to figure out a way to steal that balloon today. I'll swap it for my kangaroo, or I could lock him in the loo. But I bet I know what Mum would say. Big red balloon is the best. So much better than
than the rest. It bounces high, I don't know why. My rotten sister's such a pest.
I'll win it off him in a race. I'll hide it in a secret place. I have to have it, I'm getting desperate. How about my new pencil case? I'll eat all your macaroons. I'll completely destroy your room. Now you've blown it, you'll never own it. You'll never get your hands on my balloon.
I get out of bed with a cup of tea to clear my head, pull on clothes and slam the door, slam it on my finger, man it's sore. Breakfast time is toast and jam, make my lunch with cheese and ham, grab my skateboard, I'll be late, down the path and out the gate. Teacher tells me, wait outside, think I'll find some place to hide. Then she tells me about the test. Of all the class, I was the best. Hey! Alright, get down. Hey, I think that school's okay. There's nothing else to do today. Yeah, I think school will be alright. Wait till I tell Mom tonight. Ha ha! Alright! Get down! Woo! All right!
Silly Sally bought a boat to sail away to sea. She sailed away to India to drink some Indian tea. She put on her sunglasses in case the sea was glary. She packed a bag and took a book, an Indian dictionary. Oh, silly Sally, oh, silly Sally, she sailed away to India to drink some Indian tea. She zipped up her life jacket and climbed into her boat. Be prepared, just in case my boat won't float. She sailed across the waves, she sailed past the soap. She sailed past Italy and waved to the Pope. Oh, silly Sally, oh, silly Sally, she sailed away to India to drink some Indian tea. Oh, silly Sally, oh, silly Sally, she sailed away to India to drink some Indian tea. Sally dear, it's time for tea, she heard her mother laugh. And Sally, do remember to let out the bath. I'm a pussycat, a perfect pussycat. I'm a hunter of the night, and I love to hunt rat. I don't wanna gloat, but check out this fur coat. I'm a hell of a classy act. I'm fussy about my friends, I prefer to walk alone. Nothing can frighten me, I don't need a chaperone. I don't wanna digress, but I can be a tigress. I'm a lion when I'm at home. I put my tail in the air, I have a royal ancestry. I'm pure blue blood,
I have a written guarantee. I'm a perfectly cool cat, and nothing can change that, except when dogs are chasing me. Gary the Gherkin sat in his jar. He never said much and he never went far. It was cold in the fridge on the shelf at the back. He was bored until the door opened a crack and the light went on. There stood a gnome.
G'day, Gary!
He said,
So this is your home. Are you tired of being wrinkly and wet? A day at the beach would feel good, I'll bet!
Gary could hardly believe his eyes. He was stunned, another word for surprised. A day at the beach, he'd lie in the sunshine. It had to be better than bobbing in brine,
Just hop into this basket alongside the bridge,
said the gnome.
and you can call me Fred.
Gary thought Fred and his friends a good bunch. That was until they had Gary for lunch. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, faster than the speed of sound. She will never let you down. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, flying across the sky. Our heroine of aviation with international destinations. State-of-art communications. Holidays in all locations.
Old Egyptian excavations.
Satellite space station. Hawaii for a hot vacation. Time for rest and relaxation. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, faster than the speed of sound. She will never let you down. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, flying across the sky. Now it's time for somewhere Asian. Perhaps a Chinese tea plantation. To Canada by my calculation. To watch the geese on their migration. An American Indian reservation.
The Amazon for exploration.
To England for some conversation with Mrs. Lardidar's pet Dalmatians. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, faster than the speed of sound. She will never let you down. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, flying across the sky. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, now it's time to go because everyone's in bed in Oz. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, flying across the sky. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, faster than the speed of sound. She will never let you down. Janet Jet, Janet Jet, flying across the sky.
Have you ever blown a bubble? Did it fly away? Have you ever been in trouble like I'm in today? I try so hard to be so good, to do the things I think I should, Somehow it never turns out right. I think I'll sweep it out of sight. When Mum gets home, she'll find the phone has fallen off the wall. The bathroom seems to be quite wet. It's running down the hall. The dog has put his muddy paws all over Mum's clean kitchen floor. He bit the man who brings the post. That was when I burnt the toast. That nosy Parker down the road has called the fire brigade. They trampled through the veggie patch. They're asking to be paid. Oh, Mum will be home very soon. I think I'll tidy up my room. Or maybe there's another way. I'll blame it on my sister Kay. The Wagga Wagga Wombat put his red hat on, his red hat on, his red hat on. The Wagga Wagga Wombat put his red hat on to go out for a walk. The Wagga Wagga Wombat put his blue scarf on, his blue scarf on, his blue scarf on. The Wagga Wagga Wombat put his blue scarf on to go out for a walk. The Wagga Wagga Wombat put his yellow shoes on, his yellow shoes on, his yellow shoes on. The Wagga Wagga Wombat put his yellow shoes on to go out for a walk. The sun came out, it was hot, 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 too hot, hot, hot. The sun came out, it was too hot, hot, hot to go out for a walk. The Wagga Wagga Wombat took his red hat off, his blue scarf off, his yellow shoes off. The Wagga Wagga Wombat took his red hat off and he went out for a walk. A nice young man by the name of Ned appeared to be superglued to his bed. The sleeping sickness, they all said,
A very strange thing indeed. A very strange thing indeed.
His snoring caused the house to shake. It was just the same as a big earthquake, and it kept the neighbors wide awake.
A very strange thing indeed.
He snored with a grunt, he snored with a groan, he snored with a roar, and he snored with a moan. They tried to cure Ned every way, kept him up all night so he would sleep all day, and still he snored like a donkey's bray.
A very strange thing indeed. A very strange thing indeed.
They tied his skateboard to his toes and sellotaped his fingers up his nose, and the neighbors said they'd give anything a go.
A very strange thing indeed.
How they'd whinge, how they'd weep, very grumpy, not enough sleep. The king declared
An open competition!
Anna said that she would stop this imposition.
That's a good idea. She's a beaut magician. A very strange thing indeed. A very strange thing indeed.
The very next day she went to Ned, who was sound asleep, stretched out on his bed, and she looked at his feet and she looked at his head with a very strange smile indeed. A very strange smile indeed. She wrapped the sheet around and around, and then she hung Ned upside down, and you know, he never made a single sound.
A very strange thing indeed.
How did she know? How could she tell that it would work? Was it a spell? Well, no, said Anna. I watched the cat and a dog and a horse and a bat and a rat, and the bat slept best, so that was that.
A very strange thing indeed. A very strange thing indeed.
William was a Great Dane, he liked to run away. One day he ran off down the lane to find someone to play. His floppy ears were listening, his big brown eyes were looking, his big black nose was sniffing to find someone to play.
William found a rubbish tin and no one was about. And when he put his head in, he couldn't get it out.
Oh, woe is me!
Howled Willie.
Oh, woe is me!
He said,
I must look so silly with this tin stuck on my head. Oh!
He-wee heard the awful din and hurried up the lane. He tugged and tugged the rubbish tin, then off it came. William's ears were listening, his big brown eyes were looking, his big black nose was sniffing. He had found someone to play. Roger was a naughty boy. He argued with his mother. He teased the cat and broke his toys. He terrorized his brother. He roller skated everywhere, as fast as he could go.
Roger, you'll hurt yourself. You must learn to go slow.
Down Tinnacorry Road and down past the shops. Screaming wheels and aching legs, the kid can't stop because there ain't no brakes on roller skates. There ain't no brakes on roller skates. No, there ain't no brakes on roller skates. The road is shaking, the earth is quaking.
He's overtaking!
Now he's coming to the corner. Is he gonna make it round? He's losing it, he's out of sight. He can't slow down because there ain't no brakes on roller skates. No room for correction if you make a mistake. It's time to panic when you get the shakes. There ain't no brakes on roller skates.
Five wicked dragons lived long ago under 5 volcanoes where the molten lava flows.
And they burned down the forests with their fiery breath. They flapped around the sky on those mighty wings of death.
When they tired of their games and crawled into their lair to sleep for 100 years on treasure buried there.
And the village people laughed, and the children played outside. No fears of being gobbled up or very gently fried.
The Wicked Witch of Winter came to make an offer.
I'll rid you of those dragons, now and forever. For my reward, I'll decorate the world to suit me. Piles of snow and bitter winds, and icicles from every tree. Ooh, goody. Dragons hate the cold, you see. It kills their fiery breath. And if it goes on long enough, it freezes them to death.
But the citizens were sad. It was always cold and white. They missed the green of spring and the warm sunlight. A young man called Ben climbed up to the caves.
Attention, all you dragons! Do you want to be saved? I can build a monstrous fire. You'll soon be toasty pie.
Oh, yes, yes.
But you have to make a promise. Cross your heart and hope to die. You have to melt the winter witch and bring the summer back. And then you have to move away. But I'll help you pack.
And the dragons kept their word. They thawed the frozen ground, and they found some new volcanoes under Sydney town.
Once there was a house in a very pleasant street A tiny little cottage with a rude parakeet. And the neighbours hurried past, embarrassed by the bird, which squawked and cursed and cursed and squawked you all the naughty words.
Shut up! Shut up!
For hours at a stretch, it didn't matter who it was, the gardener or a guest. Once the parson called, he was tall and thin and plooty.
Like your dress!
The parrot squawked,
Kiss a kiss, kitty!
Something must be done about that dreadful bird. That really was quite the rudest thing I've ever heard.
The doctor heard an ambulance and hurried down the lane and got a speeding ticket for that bird's wicked game. When eating lunch, the postie took fright and started choking.
Litter bomb! Litter bomb! Only joking!
They tried to put him in a cage, the bird would not stand still. They gagged him with a handkerchief, but he ran off down the hill. He bit the gag in half and flew into a tree.
You ratbags missed again, and now you won't catch me. I'm off to sail the 7 seas to find my shooting star and a one-eyed limping pirate, and I'm picking my guitar. Pieces of eight! Pieces of eight! What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Walk the plank! Walk the plank! Ha! You landlubbers!
A cello is so mellow, a flute can be so cute. The orchestra's exciting when the trumpet goes toot toot. The saddest sounds the oboe, it's like a rainy day. Then you need piano to chase the rain away. Orchestra, orchestra, chase away a cloud. Orchestra, orchestra, big and bright and loud. Timpani to keep the beat, violins for mood. Clap your hands and tap your feet, trombones can be rude. Orchestra, orchestra, chase away a cloud. Orchestra, orchestra, big and bright and loud.
Jim and Joe went up into the hills looking for the Dandenong Duck. They left before the sun with a thermos and a gun, hoping for some Dandenong luck. Jim and Joe peering through the reeds, there he was, the Dandenong Drake. The duck just sat with a sitting in the middle of the lake.
Got to get him to fly by. And then we can shoot Butte. He'll be on the plate, mate. We're gonna have him for tea, huh? He'll be on the plate, mate. Just as long as we get his little fluffy bottom out of the water.
Two old boys can make an awful lot of noise. They tried to get the duck to fly. They clanged and banged and even sang, but the duck didn't blink an eye.
Oh, you're fresh out of luck, Duck. You gotta get out of this lake, Drake. Don't be an absurd bird. We're gonna have you for tea. Just flap your feathers, fluffy face. We're gonna have you for tea.
That's not fair. I have to be up in the air. You can't shoot me if my bottom's in the water. I've been to school. I know the rules. Now push off before I call a law enforcer. It's a mistake, mate. You haven't got a show, Joe. You better shoot through. blue. I'm not gonna fly. Bye-bye, you better shoot through, blue. I'm not gonna fly. Bye-bye.
When the sun is bright and the wind is right, it's dynamite to fly a kite. My kite's called Kevin with a yellow face. He can fly past heaven and into space. One time Kevin ran away from home. He was gonna fly all on his own. He didn't want me holding on to the string. He didn't want me to do anything. Walking home from school, I looked up high, and there was Kevin flying up in the sky. Suddenly, the wind died down, and Kevin came tumbling to the ground. Oh no, bad karma, chill out. Say what? I ran to where I saw him fall. He was stuck up a tree, and I'm not that tall. He lost his tail, his face was a sight. I said, don't worry, kid, it's gonna be alright. Sit it out, cool it, it's okay. I made a new tail with 100 bows. I sticky taped his face and it hardly shows. When the sun is bright and the wind is right, it's dynamite to fly a kite, yeah.
Camelia was a candle, a pretty yellow color. She thought she was so beautiful, just like a yellow flower. When nighttime came, the mistress would light her little wick, and Camelia would glow. It was enough to make you sick. She danced in any breeze, quite dazzling to the eye. And when the meal was over, they blew her out and she'd cry.
How pretty I am,
Camelia thought.
my soft romantic light. Why don't they leave me glowing like a beacon through the night?
Well, one night she got her wish, the mistress quite forgot. And right beside the baking dish, behind the flower pot, Camelia burned all through the night. And when the morning came, she was such a sorry sight, a blob. Oh, what a shame.
I'm a very French postman. I never fail to deliver your mail. Letters and parcels for everyone. For young, for frail, or even if you're in jail. Hello, hello, hello. Here comes Gael, a perfect specimen, Gael the Snail.
I'm Gael the Snail. I might be slow, but I carry my house wherever I go.
Bonjour, Gael. I'm sorry to say there is no mail for you today. But perhaps you would like to come and have tea, a dinner for two, just you and me, eh, Gael? Oh, she looks so plump and so succulent. This must be love. Hey, she's gone into her house.
I know your sort, no chance. French eat snails and you're from France. Bye-bye.
Gael, there's no need for you to hide. The sun is shining. Come outside. I have a hunch you'd prefer to have lunch. Or how about breakfast? Hey, Gael, hey, how about a snail sandwich, eh? Oh, yum. Oh, I wonder if she likes garlic.
Once was a witch in Wadestown. She wore a pointed hat with a broom that flew and a boiling brew of bits of this and that. She lived alone in a very big house. Everyone was wary of the bubbling vat and the one-eared cat. It was really very scary. Her name was Jilly Jellybeans and she was very merry. She laughed a lot as she stirred the pot and measured out the sherry.
But every now and then, the witch would stop and sigh. Sometimes it would be nice for someone to drop by.
She cured her little friends with herbs and magic potions. The dogs and frogs and old hedgehogs just loved her new concoctions. One day when Patrick's cat was sick, he went to visit Jilly. He knocked in threes with knocking knees. Oh, being scared is silly.
Come in, little boy. You're just in time for tea. Your cat is ill, so here's a pill and pick for you and me.
And Patrick wasn't frightened of Jilly Jellybeans, and the children came for tea and games and wing of bat ice cream.
But when the night is dark, my dear, and witches fly around, sometimes a child would disappear, never to be found.
Nicola was a little girl who lived in Gundawindi. She liked to tell a joke or two or sing a little ditty.
Or sing a little ditty.
She tried to make the teacher laugh and all the kids at school, but no one laughed at Nicola's jokes. They pushed her in the pool.
They pushed her in the pool.
She practiced in the mirror, she practiced in the bath, and still she was no nearer to making people laugh. She went to school in her father's clothes, pretending to fall over, with lipstick and a big red nose and a rose that squirted water.
And the rose that squirted water.
The teacher tried to hide a yawn, the kids all went to sleep. I guess I'll bury that idea.
Yeah, 6 feet deep.
The concert was a week away. What could Nicola do? She had to find a funny act. This was her big debut. A fairy landed on her nose. The reason you're not funny is because you have to blow this nose. This nose you see is runny.
Runny?
Ow, she said, don't poke me. Pulled her hanky out. You're very rude. She blew and the wind just whooshed about.
And the wind just whooshed about.
The concert came and Nicola stepped up to tell a riddle. And one by one the children smiled and then she heard a giggle.
And then she heard a giggle.
I wanna be a rock star. I'm gonna be so cool. Lots of money and a fast car. Outrageous dude at school. Don't play it loud, don't play it long. I'll sing lots of groovy songs. My band will have a name that's cool. Electric eel singing in my pool. You can be a